So this video is essentially a very simple idea, right? Which is about your mind and how it deceives you. And it seems simple enough, but I want to get into a bit more detail about this idea. So, your mind lies, deceives you, tells you everything is a certain way, whether, depending on whether your mood is good or bad, right? Because if your mood is good, then your mind will paint a positive picture. And if your mood is bad, then it'll tell you everything's pointless and you should give up and that you're wasting your time. But the problem is that you need to be able to see the bigger picture, right? Bigger picture thinking is very useful here because this will tell you whether you're actually growing or not. So, for example, if this is just a rough period, which is a necessary part of growing through a situation, then you need to just, bear that because you need to be able to keep pushing through the rough time so that you gain better results. And the alternative explanation for your bad mood is, of course, that the activity genuinely doesn't work. And this is always the explanation that your mind will say, because obviously it wants you to quit, but this isn't necessarily true. In fact, I feel as though that sometimes your mind is less likely to say that an activity needs to be quit if it actually needs to be quit. And vice versa. So if an activity is good for you, your mind will continuously tell you that you should quit. And this isn't a rule of thumb. This is a possibility that I'm throwing out there. And so I advise you to, really have a think. But don't think when you're in a negative situation. Think when you're in a neutral or good mood. Because then you'll be less prone to self-deception. And then you can consider whether, is this activity that I'm doing right now genuinely useful, or is it simply a waste of my time? And from there on, you can decide what you should be spending your time on.